Elegbete TV Radio. We are not just about radio, TV, or YouTube numbers. We are all about connecting with people and creating a community of great minds and values.
This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio, the pathfinder for radio.
Hello, everybody. What's up, people? My name is Timi Dakolo, and you're listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Stay tuned.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Monday edition of the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Daffy Matthias. You're streaming live on Elegbete TV Sports YouTube channel, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining in. That's the best thing that I can say right now. But how was your weekend? How was your night? How you doing? How was the global economy dealing with you? And if you're in Nigeria, how is T-Pain handling your life? How is T-Pain dealing with you? Because we're on different categories, we're on different bouquet. There's the global economic issue, then there is the T-Pain economy issue, the Balablo economy issue, and all that. Wherever you are, whatever you do, I hope you're fine. I hope you're battling it. I hope you're alive and well and pushing. These days, my friend would say, my friend Joel, I say, they need to plan long term again. I shop today, not I hope to see tomorrow, and I'm the plan. I don't know if that's your own mantra. Also, I don't even know what is my mantra. To be very honest, I don't know what is my mantra. But anyhow, it's a Monday. England finally find a win under their new coach, their interim coach. England are struggling, So it off the show that we did with Martin Tyler, we got talking off the show like later yesterday. Anyway, we got talking with chatting, and I was like, why is it so difficult for a country like England? Yeah, about 16 or 20 million people, if I'm not mistaken. What's the population of England, sir? Who England as a country cannot figure out, how to get a coach. Like, England does not have a coach. Well, I'm not talking world-class coach now. I'm just talking a coach that is good enough. If you look at the match, before the match against, is it Finland? You see it, we've seen it here and there. But to be very honest, the senior national team coach should not be the one arranging the coach, the cones. Somebody else should be doing that job and not the manager, if you understand what I'm saying. But hey, it is him. And then his press conference, 1 minute he wants the job, the next minute he wants to go to the national team. The FA have said they cannot pay release clause. They cannot pay. There's something they call it. They cannot pay money, for a new manager. They cannot, go and pay Newcastle about 5 or 6 million to sign up a manager. They want it. Now I'm asking myself, all these ex-players that BT Sports, CBS, everywhere. So England cannot produce manager, like one manager to do that. Well, having said that, there is a center of our conversation today. So after the Super Eagles game, I had this conversation with a few friends, and we're talking about the team, the Super Eagles of today, and the way they play, the whole quality in the team. The players on paper are very good, and but they don't play well. Somebody was just like, why is Boniface not playing well for Nigeria? Why is this one, that one, that one, that? Those many talk that you get when you hang out with your friends, and you're like, okay, yeah, you guys have a point. And one guy just out of the blues, all those people who really believe in this team say that this team is full of superstars. And it's like, no, that word You know me, sometimes if I'm with the crowd, I don't talk. I like to listen. I like to sponge in all the information and know, okay, which one I'm not going to save out. Because first of all, that's what I do, so that I know that I can come back and sit with this set of people, or I should just avoid them completely, right? And so I just look at the guys and I was like, this talk doesn't sound well. How can you tell me that this current Super Eagles is filled with superstars, that they are better than any other Nigerian squad? So I just made it easy for the guys. Like, can this team that just went to Ivory Coast to win silver, let's compare them with their mates, because sometimes that's what you do. You don't want to push it beyond their level. Compare them with their mate. This squad, so can they match up with the Ghana Nigeria 2000 squad? It's a very, it was a very long conversation, but then we start having that talk. Can they match up? Everybody in this squad, can they walk straight into the Ghana Nigeria 2000 squad? Oh boy, now there everybody everybody can scratch their head like everybody is now caught up in this. Oh, it be like say they're not go fit to. It be like say, I don't know if you get my point. And it was crazy. Like everybody, like, AFCON, no, they cannot. But I need to bring it back to you people. Can the squad that won us silver in 2024, everybody in that squad, can they make it into the squad that won us silver in Lagos against Cameroon, losing out on penalties when Ikpeba put his hand on his head? Can we compare and contrast? And why can't England actually produce a coach that is good enough to be regarded as top class, not even world class, not just a top manager that can coach their national team without fear or panic and all that? And on this show today, I also, in music, there's what they call the one track wonder or one album wonder, type of musician, okay? Where put a list of some one season wonders, and I'll tell you towards the end of the show why we're doing that today. Remind us, or the audience, the people that will watch this video later, some of the one season wonder players that in football in the last 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever duration you want to take it from. I need to get your opinion on that. Somebody, two people make a bet, and you're talking about some players being one season, that there are more one hit wonder in music than one season wonders in football. That's okay. I wanted to test in my show, even though I would still do my own compilation of lists and send out, but I'll put it to test in my show, and you guys can follow it, and then whatever name they mention, you guys are going to be following it one after the other. So it's up to you guys now to look at it. But let me just go to Ghana Nigeria 2000 so that that squad have goalkeeper Ike Shiromu, Samuel Okoronkwo, Celestine Babayaro, Kano Wankwo, Fulu Yanemi, Terrible West, Finidi George, Muchadikpaju, Jonathan Pobore, Austin JJ Okocha, Gadabalawa, Ondobisegbo, Tijani Babangida. In case you don't know, Ondobisegbo is a goalkeeper. Imana Ramonike, Sando Lise, Efesoje, Julius Agawa, Rafa Chukwundukoye, my neighbor here, Benedict Akwebo, Victor Ikpeba, Godwin Opara, and Murphy Akanji. Yeah, that's the squad. That's a 22-man squad for the Ghana Nigeria 2000 team. Now, it's not up to you to match. Who will you remove? Okay, the goalkeepers. Well, it's up to you guys. You know your last AFCON squad. Let me not even bother myself going to read that one. Who would you remove from that squad and replace with the current one? That's one part of it. And look at England, for instance. They won, and then there's a conversation whether they should retain him, that's in Lee, or kick him out. Plenty of conversation. And then some people went on the street who wants to be mischievous and ask, who would you like to be the king of England. And about 70 something percent said they wanted David Beckham to be the king of England. Hey, I don't know, that one funny. And then again, England won 3-1 against Finland away, right? And everybody's tearing into Trent Alexander-Arnold, giving him all this backlash, and Harry Kane being rated 4.3. Even though in the win, everybody's talking Trent Alexander-Arnold's lightning bolt lit up the evening as England restored some order by beating Finland 3-1. But they are still gripped by confusion of the pitch, according to Olivier Holt. Reke names who he thinks should be England next manager as he tells the FA to get the right man. Yes, who that person is on Daily Mail. You can go check it out and see. A whole lot of talk. Aston Villa star caught in transfer battle as 3 European giants, including Manchester United, battle it out for rising talent. You can guess who that player is as it is right now. But let me just take you out of your misery. Is the bench man, the guy who comes off the bench to do the job. The Colombian 20-year-old John Duran is quickly becoming the guy that everybody wants. So for Man United fans, if you're a Man United fan out there, is John Duran the guy that you need? Remember, this is a guy who comes from the bench. It's not really somebody who starts. Man United needs somebody who would start from the get-go and begin to achieve results. So if you're aiming that John Duran is the guy you want, does he have if he comes to Man United, does Man United have the support system from defense to midfield into attack that will make him perform the best way that he needs to perform? Or is one again that will come to Man United and be seen as a career that went south instead of going up north, progressing? He go up north in England, but then his career goes south because Manchester United is gradually or probably have established themselves as career killers in football now, because there's hardly a player that comes to Man United and do well. If you try and get one season well like Garnacho, before you know it, you're petering down. Look at Garnacho now; he's beginning to look like a shadow of himself, and that's the new Man United. I know that my brother and friend Bobby Ukai will not agree with me, but let's just take it that we would disagree to agree on this one. There is no big deal. Erland is criticized after snubbing questions following always 5-1 trashing by Austria before Man City star post social media apology. Well, I mean, it gets to your head when you begin to see yourself as an untouchable superstar. I mean, the other day I was telling Ateta to calm down. I don't understand what he meant by that, but no, to humble himself, humble yourself for now. Wow, these footballers. Pep Guardiola speaks out on his Man City future and his chances of becoming England's next permanent manager with his contract set to expire next year. But then there's talk already with Man City to extend his contract and make sure that he stays as long as he is willing to stay. So it's going to be a long night for England if they are hoping that it is Pep Guardiola that they want. Remember, Jurgen Klopp that turned them down have also taken another job. So it's a long one. Roy Kent tells him to Trent Alexander-Arnold and explain why he will be punished against better teams, despite England starts turning free kick goal against Finland. Okay, he scored. He tried. I think I thought he did well in that game. But in the previous game, it was terrible. I don't know if it is the selection of the coach and all that, but, there was just a whole lot that was not perfect in that one. But let's see. As a football person, whether you're an English fan or not, would you want to see England get coached? I think that they still have a bit of quality in the squad in terms of players, but they also need good coaching. We've seen in a lot of times where bad coaching can make a good team look bad. Ordinarily, the English national team players have a mental block. This is not me disrespecting them. It is just a fact. Have a mental block. They are allergic to success. English teams can't succeed on their own strength. They need foreigners to make them succeed. Look at the English Premier League since 1992 to date. No Englishman have won it. Every team that have also won it have had a sprinkle of foreign players coming in to make it tick. All of the star players in those teams that have won it have been more or less more foreign than English. So you look at all of that in a balance and say to yourself that there is something about the English and their allergies, when it comes to success. It's like Tottenham Hotspurs and trophies, or Arsenal and the Champions League, or Nigeria and securities and good education and good healthcare. We're allergic to all those type of things, right? So let's talk about all of that in the comment section wherever you are. I'm not going to bring you news today. I'm waiting for Timothy Dembo to come back around. By Wednesday, we'll start having the Timothy Dembo's news corner. But it's all on you today. What you saw on the weekend. Give us one season wonder footballers. Mention all the ones that you can remember. Players that came in a dash and left in a flash. We thought that, like Michu, for instance. Now Michu was this guy is going to destroy everybody. He's going to be the best of the best. My brother, it didn't turn out to be like that. A whole lot of other players. Wilfred Bonny, had a few games. There is which other one again that had one fantastic season. There's some players who just came and had this wonderful, amazing season that everybody like, these guys arrived. After that, we'll not see them again. So those are the names that we want to bring up. So for you, whether it's for your club or for a league or for a competition, James Rodriguez is a one tournament wonder. 2014 World Cup, he was, Jesus Christ, it was unplayable, scoring 6 goals, very, very amazing goal, perfect turn, smash. But then just one season and then it was over. I just want us to name some of those ones and see how it goes. Okay. Hard. Ooh. Okay, Roku Santa Cruz was the name I was trying to remember. Amir Zaki, Benjani Waru, Papi Sisse. Yes, Michael Bridges, Michael Ricketts. You remember Michael Ricketts at Bolton Wanderers? Asamo Gyan, Andy Johnson. Oh, God, Andy Johnson was so good. They said he was going to lead the English line, the line for the English national team. Well, that was asking for too much. There was Benedict McCarthy, who also had a wonderful season, and after that it was nowhere to be found. Robinho, 2008, 2009, he was on fire. After that, Pataka, nothing there again. And then you have Michu, you have Andrea Shavin, Saido Baraino, you have Marcus Stewart, you have Michu. Yes, I've said that before. John Stead, Fabrizio Ravanelli. So it was fantastic with Juventus, but then he came to Middlesbrough. And one season great. After that one, nothing again. Charlie Adams, the man who scored from the center of the field. But then just that one. I remember when Benjani was signed from Portsmouth to Manchester City. This guy is going to for where Harry Redknapp even have a story to tell about the guy. And it's just kind of like crazy when you think back and you're like, then this guy's got a fight in him. He's got an amazing energy in him. At the end, you not be like that. When reality come, Sam, the guy perform like that. But let's talk about a few of those ones that we have here on my list. Okay, I was trying to get some other ones, but let's look at the ones that are on my list according to these articles. Okay, any football manager who's worth their salt and also the owner of a shiny new copy of footballing cliches will tell you all of the above. It only takes a second to score a goal, goes win you games. So then Tokamo for inside. Nepa have done what they know how to do best anyway. But let's see. Let me call what's it called before they put me in the dark here. I'll see. I don't know what you had to do because they had them. But it is easier said than done. Scoring goals, which makes it that much sweeter when your club stumbles across a prolific goal scorer and an amazing player capable of sticking it in the old onion bag on a consistent basis. Now, maybe they add all those on. So whether they are there for one season or 20 seasons, becoming one of the most feared strikers in the Premier League at some stage. Please, I don't have light to. Okay. At one stage is commendable achievement, even if only for a fleeting moment. So With that in mind, here are 10 of the best one-season wonders the Premier League has ever known. These fellas don't hang around for an encore. Okay, so an encore, you know what an encore is in French. So when you perform a live performance, you sign out, like on the show, that like you're doing a live performance, you sign out. And then as you sign out, you go backstage. And then the crowd be shouting, more, 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 more. And then you come and perform one of your popular songs that everybody can sing. And then that's what you use to wrap up the show. But some people just perform and just walk away. It's not something that is done everywhere anyway, but that's where the word, the encore, ENCORE, came from. It's a French word. You have to take them to bed. That's what it means. You have to take them to bed. You have to give them something. So let's start with this man that played for the Tractor, Marcus Stewart is his name. And in the 2000-2001 season, this guy scored 19 goals. He played for Ipswich Town and he scored 19 goals. That's an amazing one. Yeah, continue on now. Ipswich Town legend Stewart shipped in with a healthy 19 goals in the 2000-2001 season. He was undoubtedly unfortunate for not to receive an England colour, but he can take solace in the fact that he took his side into the UEFA Cup back when it was a competition clubs actually wanted to play in. A decent spell with Sunderland followed, but the magic at the Tractor Boys was never replicated. When he ended his career with Exeter in 2011, he looked a completely different player and not in a good way. Okay, let's talk about this one, because this one, if you're an Arsenal fan, you remember him very well. Any club in the Premier League, you remember this guy very well. He scored 13 goals, but 13 goals against very important opposition. Played for Middlesbrough, also played for Bolton Wanderers, but I think that a lot of people will remember the big man for his days at Bolton Wanderers. When Rickett banged in 13 goals before February for Bolton in the 2001-2002 season campaign, it didn't look like anything could stop him. Ironically, a place in the England squad proved to be his undoing. He moved to Middlesbrough followed, but Rickett never rediscovered his goal-scoring touch, putting away a few efforts here and there for the remainder of his career. But scoring goals was not something anybody could remember. But I guess Crystal Palace have one guy that everybody can remember. Before there was Wilfred Zaha, before there was Yannick Bolasie. Okay, so talking about Yannick Bolasie, I reached out to his management. I want to interview him. This my legend stories now. I want to take it out of Nigeria. Like, now only Nigerian people in the interview. So I want to change that paradigm a bit, and I want to take it a step further, like push the conversation further. And I'm in conversation with Yannick people. I don't know if you guys would like me to interview Yannick anyway. Yannick, Stephen Appiah, and a few of these other guys. Lomano Tresor Lualua. Yeah, he played for Newcastle. Some of you guys will remember these names. I'm trying to, bring them back. You get their stories. We will do it via Zoom. I can travel to go meet them wherever they are, but we will see how it goes. So I'm pitching to all these guys and a few other guys. So if you would like us to do those, continue the Chronicles of the Legend and do all these players, please put it in the comment section for us to know if it is something that you are still interested in or something that you don't want us to continue. And we will still do other Nigerians. The Nigerians that you want us to do, we will do them. So just chill. We'll regrouping and gathering ourselves, trying to get the funds that will enable us to travel around. But until then, we just thought, do some things on the Zoom space, just get these things done. But then we did not your reaction to the Martin Tyler interview felt like maybe I'm not even interested in this thing again. The book we know, because Nana reception and determine whether we'll continue or not. Well, let's talk about Andy Johnson. The Crystal Palace legend netted 21 goals in the top flight during the 2004-2005 campaign. Only a certain Thierry Henry managed more than old AJ. Only he wasn't that old. Yes, his bad bounce, bad head, made him look older than he was, but he still did enough to make it into the England squad briefly. He had spells with Everton, Fulham, Queen's Park Rangers, but Selhurst Park will always define his career. 11 of his goals for the Eagles in that season were penalties, but let not ruin his moment. He returned to Palace in 2014 and is now retired and works as an ambassador for the club. But then that's all she wrote. Okay, let's talk about this man who won the Golden Boot for South Africa in 2006, if I'm not mistaken, during the AFCON where they won it. It was a fine player. He also won the Champions League with FC Porto with Jose Mourinho. Very loyal servant. Worked as a striker, as a coach for Manchester United until he had a fallout with Eric Ten Hag. These things does happen. Well, in 2006, 2007, it was up there in the Premier League. Picture him now. What image does your mind's eye muster up? A rather smug-looking, rotund chap, we imagine. However, it wasn't always so. The former South African international was gobbled up the goals for Blackburn Rovers, 18 to be precise, one more than a certain Cristiano Ronaldo in 2006-2007 season. Yes, same Cristiano Ronaldo, the goalmonger. Benedict McCarthy scored more than him in one season. Things went downhill from there and he struggled to repeat the feat for the rest of his career. Not even Swan Song with West Ham United or Orlando Pirates could reverse the decline. He managed Cape Town City FC for the time between 2017 and 2019, but was dismissed after just 2 wins from 18 games. Now, believe it or not, he is the first team coach at Manchester United under Eric Ten Hag at the time of this writing, but now he's been dismissed. Now, this is the one that, it really bothered me. First off, he scored against Nigeria at the World Cup, Paraguay versus Nigeria. Remember that match, okay? That was fantastic. It was good. The Paraguayan seems like a reasonable inclusion. He managed a huge 19 goals for Blackburn Rovers in the 2007-2008 campaign and never looked back. Wait, yes, he did, because he's been pretty rubbish ever since. That's Rocky Santa Cruz. This guy played for Bayern Munich, in case you're not aware. He still pulled out a great finish at Old Trafford, though. Zing. Then he signed for Manchester City. They just used to love spending recklessly, didn't they? And he didn't deliver. Santa Cruz enjoyed a decent spell at Malaga before signing for Mexican outfit Cruz Azul in 2015 at the ripe old age of 41. Santa Cruz is still going strong in Paraguay, signing for Asuncion Base Libertad last year. So he's still playing football, but that's the story. Now let's talk about this guy. I think I would try to interview him one day, because I want to get the story of when he said no, I don't want to leave, and they say you have to go. They have to bundle him and send him to Man City. Okay, Benjani Uwaruwaru. He had a cracking celebration. You can't argue with that. Unfortunately, the Zimbabwean didn't have much else going on after his impressive campaign with Portsmouth, which earned him a move to Manchester City. To be fair, Benjani didn't even really want to move to City, at least according to then Portsmouth boss Harry Redknapp, and it showed in the striker's performance for the club. Amir Zaki. This guy looked like the real deal in 2008, 2009. He did look like the real deal. Played for Wigan Athletic, if you remember this guy. And he was that guy that you can say this guy came off from Egypt, I think from a club called Arab Contractors. And let me go with the story. The Bucky Egyptian season in England top tier was a memorable one, okay? Although he only arrived at Wigan Athletic on loan, his impact was instant. He smashed in 5 goals in his first 6 games, which was promptly followed by a ridiculous volley at Anfield. Yet, his display proved short-lived, and he even refused to return to Steve Bruce's side following his spell back in his homeland on international duty. That's how crazy people can be, Well, he was a bit of a lunatic. He hasn't got a club now, having retired in 2015, with his last team being Arab Contractor. Now, you see somebody writing the story. If somebody, these guys don't even see, racism. Imagine they write a story about Victor Osimhen and say he's a bit of a lunatic. People, Nigeria, racism. But sometimes an expression, okay? We should understand that. Now, this is one that I had plenty of hope for. This guy, I believed in him. I thought that, he was going to do the Yakubu Ayebeni, all those top standard kind of performance, or the Didi Drogba type of performance. Because he was a goal scorer. He was a machine. He was a guy who you can bank on, you can bet on and say this guy will deliver. You already know Yeah, I'm sure you can guess who I'm already talking about. No one could quite believe it when Sunderland managed to sign one of the stars of the 2010 World Cup, but they did. Yes, the Ghanaian international burst onto the scene, but then got cold feet and promptly ran away to Al Ain, where he surely earned a shed load of cash before joining Chinese Super League club Shanghai SIPG. He returned to European football with Kayserispor, but in September 2019 joined Indian Super League side Northeast United. His season-ending injury saw him released in January, with Northeast United bringing in Leeds and Millwall forward Andy Cole as a replacement. He returned to Ghana in 2020 to play for Legon Cities, but has since hung up his boot. I tried to interview this guy. No, there is no amount of dribbling that he didn't give me. His name is Asamoah Gyan, Baby Jet, as his nickname. And that's how the story ends. Okay. And let's talk about this one. This one is one player that everybody, that follow the Premier League used to wish that he's not playing against us. When Newcastle want to play against you, that he's injured. But then when transfer window comes, like, would you want him to be your team? No, we don't want him. Okay, we're talking about Papi Cisse. It was a bit awkward when Newcastle United entered the next Dembaba in 2012, only for him to get better than the original rather quickly. Instinctively and ruthless in front of goal, Cisse was unstoppable in his first half campaign on these shores. Yet, is mostly flattered to deceive ever since. He always seemed to promise a resurgence, but such lofty heights are unlikely to be managed ever again. He left the team for Chinese side Shandong Luneng, in 2016, spending 2 years at the club before joining Alanya Sport in Turkey in 2018, where he was once again among the goals, which prompted Istanbul giant Fenerbahce to bring him to the Sukru Sarakoglu Stadium. Cisse had a brief stint at Kirkuk Rizespor, the one that Godfrey Babuna played for, recently turned out for Amiens in League 2 in France. Now, this is the one that me and Tony Becker almost fought for. Hey, 20 million pounds, man. Hey, I remember the argument in the studio, the quarrels. I was like, nah, this guy cannot do it. He doesn't have what it takes. There's something that strikers have. There is the ethics that you see in the player on the field. And most of the time when I judge players, is what they do without the ball. That made me like, okay, this guy is ready for it. What they do without the ball, those little details, those finite details that happens without the ball, that is, okay, this guy is ready. With the ball, I mean, almost everybody is a good player with the ball. It's what you do without the ball that really matter. But then this guy looked like somebody sneezing. Okay, let's come back to the conversation. So as I said, probably wish they took the 20 million pounds fee that was branded about after the Spaniards' debut season right about now. Mitchell scored 18 goals in his debut campaign with the Swans in 2012-2013. I mean, just think about it. 2012 was when I signed my contract, so I was no longer going only weekend. I was going to the office every day. And, that time when you work in Brilla, you have to research, go deeper. If a player is trending, don't forget about what is trending. Go back to where it came from, the coaches. You even have to put in calls. Sometimes try to reach out. Like, you want to get something exclusive, something bigger than whatever that person has got. I mean, we used to work, Look at kids these days that are doing the job. I'm like, okay, well, you can bank on your own memories, but we used to put in the work, and I was like, nah, this guy can't. Mitchell scored 18 goals in his debut campaign with the Swans in 2012-2013, and just 2 in the year after, mainly due to a chronic ankle injury, which ended up hampering the remainder of his playing career beyond the Premier League days. The forward, who confirmed his retirement in 2017, went off the boil as quickly as he came to it. He was at Real Oviedo before retiring after spending his penultimate season as a player with Up Lengro, a Spanish club in the third tier, with whom he served as director of football until becoming technical secretary of Oviedo and now having a similar role with Burgos CF. Now they see players, so all these 10 players that I've mentioned, I'm sure some of you know them, some of you don't know them, but then it's everywhere. There are African players there are European players there, so it's not like, only African players. But Now let's go to the conversation that I want us to go into, the one that really concerns me. This squad of Ghana Nigeria 2000. Yes, the Nigerian squad, Ghana Nigeria 2000. And the squad that went to the Nations Cup in Ivory Coast. Let's put them on the scale. Let's put them on the scale. Which one? How many of the players, the players of the current Super Eagles team that went to that AFCON can walk straight into that team and display somebody? So just for memory's sake, you don't say some of them, don't forget. So let's go to the squad of the Ghana Nigeria 2022 players in that squad. Ike Shiromu, Samuel Okoronkwo. I think that Samuel Okoronkwo will be displaced, but try and understand that it's prime Samuel Okoronkwo that was playing for Shakhtar Donetsk. So, and that time, Samuel Okoronkwo was not even playing for Shakhtar Donetsk. He was playing for Benfica. He was a defender for Benfica. But I think Troostekong, in my opinion, I might be wrong, I think Troostekong would displace him. But listen, there ain't nobody in this squad that can displace Celestine Babayaro. Forget about it. Don't even think about it. There ain't nobody in this squad that can displace Kanu Nwankwo. Forget about it. The closest person that plays and always want to resemble Kanu Nwankwo is Kelechi Iheanacho. That guy can't even make it into the starting 11. Furo Iyanemi is my guy. He's my guy, but I think it's not gonna end up me. I'm fool. Furo is waiting to host me in France next year, in Belgium next year. And so anything I say, senior, you try and understand it. We try and understand. I've got my job to do. I've got to do my job. I've got to be honest. I don't think that Furo Iyanemi have any business being in that team at the time. Even though he was doing good, but I don't think he had any business being in that team. But hey, it is what it is. And they say Furo Iyanemi was born in 1978 by Nicola Bros. We all know why. Oh God, this is how my visits to Belgium next year is toast. This is how I burn my bridges. Oh God. But let's do the job. So I think that there are a lot of players in the current team that can displace Furo Iyanemi. Kenneth Omeru, what's this boy with dreadlock? Kevin Bassey. So let's remove two now. Samuel Okoronkwo and Furo Iyanemi out of the squad. Terrible words. There's nobody in any generation of the Super Eagles that can replace him. Finidi George is untouchable. So Finidi George is the best number 7 that Nigeria has ever produced. Mochi Adekpoju, no. Alex Iwobi cannot displace him. So there is no way. Jonathan Akpobore was in that squad. And in 2000, Jonathan Akpobore's form was so much. But, yes. Osimhen can displace him. Yeah, Osimhen can. I think so. I think Osimhen can displace him. Okay, so 3 now. JJ Okocha, let's not go there. Garba Lawal, let's not go there. Ndubisi Egbo can be displaced by Nwabali. Yeah, Nwabali will displace him. Tijani Babangida, let's not even go there. Imana Amunike, let's not go there. Sandali say, all-time greatest. Nobody should go there. If Etobare Soji, yeah, the way he was playing that time, it was good, though. But I think that Ola Aina at the AFCON was not really that fantastic shot. But I think this one is 50-50. I leave it to you people to judge. Julius Agawa, let's not even talk about that one. Raphael Chukwundukwu was in form. He was playing for Barry at the time. He played only in the finals. I don't think there's anybody in the squad, in that team that can bench him. Benedict Akwegbu, the blockbuster, playing for Grazer AK in Austria. No, he cannot be benched. Victor Peba, the Prince of Monaco, but it was at Dortmund at the time, cannot be benched. Godwin Opara, I don't know. This one is 50-50. But the time we took into that AFCON, it was at Paris Saint-Germain. It was very good. It was very, very good. Murphy Akanji, who's our backup goalkeeper at the AFCON again? Who's our backup goalkeeper? Our backup goalkeeper for the AFCON was our Oyibo sign. He cannot even best man. No, Murphy Akanji was Julius Berger's goalkeeper at that time. Was informed. No, that one. That's the worst goalkeeper ever in the history of Nigeria to be in goal. What's his name? The one that's keeping in Cyprus. Worst ever goalkeeper. So we take it that only 2 players. Okay, Okoronkwo and Furu Yenemi and Jonathan Kobore. That's Victor Osimhen, Trustekong, and Olaino. Okay, no, there are 4 players out of the 22 players. Okay. It's up to me. This is my own. Oh, this is my own. I don't know about you guys. You guys tell me who replaces who, and then tell me why England cannot. So I just told you now that Osimhen would not easily. No, the word is not easily. If you use the word easily, that's disrespectful. You don't know the Jonathan Kobore of that 2006, 7, 2008, 2009, 2000. I mean. Yeah, 1996, 97, 98, 99, 2000. That Jonathan Kobore was in hot form. Jonathan Kobore was scoring 37 goals. The highest Osimhen have scored in a season is, what's it called? Is 31 goals. Jonathan Kobore was in very, very hot form, was scoring goals, was leading his team to the European Cup Winners' Cup finals. But so it's not just as easy, as some people want to make it sound. Let's be. You get where they talk something rich. You can't say this one did disrespectful. I agree that Jonathan, Osimhen would displace Jonathan Kobore, and that's not an argument. But what I am saying is that I do not think that Osimhen would displace him easily. This is a guy who, if you look at his goal record, there's so much consistency to him scoring goals. So it's not as easy as that. Yes, Osimhen is good. I'm not sitting here telling you, no, Osimhen is fantastic. But it will be a little bit of a fight. But at the end of the day, we will pick Osimhen over Jonathan Kobore. That one is confirmed. But don't say easily. The word easily is the thing that is getting me there. But I mean, guys, if you've not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do well to subscribe to the channel. And if you love us enough and you like what we're doing, please join the members team. I mean, our membership is very, very cheap. It's cheaper to come membership, but we just want that to grow. And we're talking with a company. We're in advanced talk with a company that is going to manufacture our hoodie. It will be available for the members only, not for free. Yes, if you're a member, you will get it for free. We'll deliver to you wherever you are. We're trying to get that sorted with the company that will do all the delivery as well. One of our people here, Emmanuel Isi, have volunteered to do us a favor that if we ship to him in Canada, he will be able to help us distribute to people in Canada and the US, wherever they are. All I just need is to send them the address. He will send them by post. So massive thank you to Emmanuel Isi and his wife for agreeing to do that for us. So we are talking to a company who says that they can only do 1,000 pieces. So we're working on them agreeing to do the 1,000 pieces at a fee that we will pay. So we're working on that one. We will send our hoodie to you. The mug and the flask, we're still on that one. We're still trying to get it. We don't want to go produce and then come back again. If we do in bulk, it works better for us than doing, in batches. That's why we're delaying. So the window for you to jump into our membership is now. Please do well to jump in. And if you've not subscribed, please do well to subscribe to the channel. Well, it's time for me to come to your comment. It's going to be a whole lot. Damn. Let's look at all the comment that you guys are putting here. My nose, jollof rice is smelling in my nose. Like I'm perceiving jollof rice. Akimbola Lanre says, Akimbola, where have you been? He said, yes, we are here again for a great show. Thank you very much. Dobra. Abit Ibrahim. Dobra Emmanuel vlog. He said, I joined live today. Nice show. Well done, boss. Thank you very much. JCB said, first time I have been able to join online. Congratulations to me. Congratulations to you. I wish I used to have a bell, but I don't have it anymore. I have it, but I just don't know where it is. Okay, so I think I need to create a happy sound for people who are joining for the very first time. I promise you guys I would work on it and I'll get it so that we would celebrate that. Adewale Saka says, I doubt any one of them will make the AFCON 2010. No, some of them squad. He said the AFCON 2000 squad now died. No, some of them would. I think we've seen 4. We've seen slot for 4 at least. But you can add your own. 69 football say none of them can. No, come on. Adewale Saka says, Somebody just give us £10. Oh God. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And they always like since everyone say none of them can. No, come on. No, don't be that mean. And they always like I say people were scared of Nigeria then, but now everyone is having a good. That's my you should that thing you just said, eh? So I have a conversation with the coach of the Super Eagles and a few other bosses, like ex-players. And we're talking, I said, what is it that made people fear you guys then and now nobody is afraid of us? Nobody, like people forget they will just play anyhow, they play around. You know, I was watching the game with Libya and I was saying to myself, okay, Libya were very, very theatrical. They were falling on the ground. They were rolling on the floor. They wanted to get a draw. We know that's not African antics, but it still does not excuse. Thank God we won 1-0 anyway, but it still does not excuse the fact that we struggled to win them. I felt maybe I'm a bit arrogant, over expectant, but I thought like we have a squad that should be able to beat that Libyan team because Libya didn't come to play football. Again, as a former football player, I'll tell you this for free that it is hard to play against an opposition that doesn't want to play. You know, it's like when they give you the ball, say go and dribble 200 school children. That you know, say this football so it hard. That day you will see the hard part. But I just think that we should do well. And then again, I don't know if it's only me or I am overtly high standard. Does it look like that's why I'm trying to interview Richard Owobokiri? And let me lay the background for this comment before people misconstrue what I'm saying and start using it wrongly. You know, Nigeria Super Eagles have a history of certain players doing very well at club level, and then when they come to the national team, they are a shadow of that person. Richard Owobokiri was scoring 30-something goals for Boa Vista in Portugal, and Yakini was also playing for Vitória Setúbal. But in Portugal at the time, Richard Owobokiri was more regarded because he was playing both for Boa Vista and playing European competition. He was banging in the goals. He was a fantastic guy, right? But when he comes to the national team, Richard just didn't light it up. It just didn't, it didn't turn up. And then Mike Obiku was also among the goals. Mike Obiku was among the goals for Feyenoord in the Netherlands. But then when he came to the national team, it was neither here nor there. So I'm pushing. I'm supposed to have a Zoom interview with Richard Owobokiri and ask those questions because it's not just him. Peter EJ, Kenneth Zaibo, quite a lot of players who were lighting up their clubs in Europe. But then when it comes to doing it for the country, they just were not doing it, and I'm worried. It's giving me cause for concern. I'm trying to know why that happens to a lot of players. And why am I saying that? It is because of a player called Victor Boniface. I think that every time Victor Boniface have had the chance to seize the moment, to take the opportunity, he's not grabbed it. It's hard for anybody to say, Victor Boniface does not play ball. It's very, very hard. Okay, but while we're in that conversation of saying it's very, very hard, the reality is that when he plays for the Super Eagles, he does look like he's a bit lethargic, he's a bit jet lag, he's a bit heavy, he's a bit slow, he's lost his instinct and all that. Mrs. Sedafi, I really want to see you come into the studio right now. I mean, come and explain to me why my nose, jollof rice is filling my nose. But I'm just saying that. Is it time for us to say, okay, he's another one that has beat the dust? It's another one that's beat the dust. It's another one that we need to ask ourselves and say, what is going on here? What is really happening? Why can't he play for the Super Eagles just the same way we see him play? Because when we see him play for Bayer Leverkusen, he's good. He's a turn in the flesh of the opposition. He's a big player. But when he plays for Nigeria, sometimes they say because he's not starting. Okay, you're starting. Oh, why did he start? He's better coming from the bench. There's no scenarios that we've not created. But then if Osimhen plays, is a different beast. And I'm not saying the two of them, or we're supposed to compare the two of them. But sometimes you just say, okay, that's same thing that you offer your club, bring it here. Because Osimhen, what he offers his club, he brings it to the national team. You might accuse him of his recalcitrant attitude, his petulant, his all this other. But his football, you can't argue against his football. I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I'm not. Maybe I'm overtly expecting. I'm just putting too much pressure on the players or not. But I mean, I need your opinion on that one as well. I don't like I can see people Okay, just say this says Ademola Lookman and Victor Osimhen will stroll comfortably into the first team of not just the Ghana Nigeria 2000 squad, but any national team in the world at the moment. Hold on. Who would Ademola Lookman bench in that squad? He cannot bench Victor Ekpeba. There is not. You see, Ademola Lookman today, tomorrow, and forever. No fee bench Victor Ekpeba. Let's not even get into that conversation. You can't convince me on that because Victor Ekpeba was 1.5 player. Even as bad as his stubbornness made him not to play. When Victor Ekpeba plays, he's a 1.5 player. That's one. Emmanuel Amunike, please, let's not even have that conversation. Let's respect ourselves well enough not to have that. I'm not saying Ademola Lookman is not a good player, but please, nigga, please. For Osimhen walks into this team. Osimhen walks into almost every Nigerian team of every generation. I agree. But Ademola Lookman, this is not me trying to understand. This is not me saying Ademola Lookman is not a good player. That's not what I am saying. No. But between you and me, Ademola Lookman does not come first ahead of Victor Ekpeba and Emmanuel Amunike. No, not now, not anytime. I'm sorry. Adewale Saka says Mitchell was a one-season wonder. Adewale Saka says music seems to flow with tide. So likely music has more one-season wonder or one album or one-track wonder. One of the most famous one-track wonder is General Pipe. I'm a born champion. You know that song? When the song came out, I was like, man, this guy is going to be the guy that will give Don Jazzy's Mohit squad a run for their money, because that song was everywhere. That song was like the raga version of, or the dancehall version. Sorry, is the dancehall version of the "We Give Our Best, We Are the Champion." You know, that song just felt good. It felt like Travis McCall's. This Travis McCall. I say, I want to be a billionaire so freaking fast. Blah, 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 da. Okay, so I can't sing, but you know what I'm talking about. But then he did the remix, and the remix was fine. You know, the remix had Vector the Viper, it had the Green, it had it had Bookie. Is it Bookie or Queen? Bookie. He had everybody. It was smart. Super Sports, even MultiChoice, I think, used the song for their theme song. I think he got some money there, and I thought I was going to, come up with more songs like that, and then the guy just success. Somebody says success overfilled him, and he didn't have the energy to do songs again. But that was one song that was a one-season wonder. Edith Alafoma, our guy, keeping us running. Edith Alafoma says Super Eagles now boys won't get the vibes to intimidate a whole Maradona Argentine squad. Olatunji Emmanuel says the lack of England to have a natural DM like the likes of Rodri, Busquets, and Co. Is it the fault of the English FA to groom talent, or lack of player in a position in the team is just bad luck? You can't blame an FA for talent not coming through. Certain players, I think in generations, certain people want to play in certain position. And then again, for England, I think this is how you look at it. England is the only country where its national league, its top league, promote foreign players more than its own. And it's because they don't have faith in their own players. They don't really believe that their players can do it. So now, I mean, me and Martin Tyler have gone back again. We're talking, and he said when the English league started the Premier League started in '92, there were a sprinkle. Those were his words. A sprinkle of foreign-based players. Now you have foreign-based players dominating the league and a sprinkle of English players, in the league. So you can tell they are struggling for spaces. Look at the Man City starting 11. You have like four or three England players. Man City, that's the best team in the league. Go to Chelsea, go to Arsenal, go to Man United, go to Liverpool. It's the same thing. And if all the top clubs in your league are more dominated by foreign players, then there's a problem. There's a problem there. So there's a guy on TikTok that talks like, it's a problem. This guy, PDD's got a problem. So I think that's a problem for for English football. Alatunji Mana says the lack of England to have. Okay, I think I've read that one. Jason D says Adewale Saka AFCON 2000 squad had a quality coach in the person of Joe Bonfrey, but now what we have as coach is a joke for the past 8 years. And they tell you, my brother, well, get ready, but Oluwafemi Falala says I will remove Furo Yenemi. Hey, if you remove him, who do you replace him with? That's what I want to know. It's not just to remove, replace him, but me too. I don't remove Furo. Not my guy, not my boss. But I don't remember. I say, but according to paper, I senior him. Next time I see Furo, I say, hey Furo, I senior you. Respect yourself. Don't be brossy yourself where I did. Oh God, Furo Pikin they play professional football for Belgian League. Oh God. Jason D says Ademola Lookman and Victor Osimhen will stroll comfortably into the first team of not just. I think you said that before. I disagree with you on the Ademola Lookman side. Ademola Saka said the question is what would happen if that Cameroon team of 2000 met this Super Eagles? That would be interesting. They could beat us well. I mean, any team in Africa is not really afraid to play Nigeria right now. Nobody like, oh, Nigeria, I will go beat someone, but there's no, oh, no, Nigeria, not again. That feeling is not there. That's what we used to have. Please, if you're watching, click on the like button. It's important for us, for the channel. It's important so that the algorithm knows that we do just fake views, but we have people who are really viewing and liking it, right? I think that team will be this team, that Cameroonian team will be this team. Ademola Saka says, let me even look at the Cameroonian squad a bit again. Let me go back and look at the Cameroonian squad. Jesus Christ. Cameroon. Gabon, DR Congo, Algeria, South Africa, Togo. Togo really that nation squad that year. Ivory Coast, Ghana, Cameroon. Okay, so that team have Alion Boubacar as their goalkeeper, Timothy Atoba, solid defender, Pierre Wome, Rigobert Song, Raymond Kala, Pierre Unjanka. Who's the defender? See, man. Bernard Shotang, Jeremy Ijitap, Samuel Etofil, Patrick Big Ed Umboma was playing for Cagliari that time, but that man went to Japan and take all their money. Yeah, Pius the Ugliest Undefe, Lauren Etememeya, Lucian Metomo, Michael Penesi Belong, Joseph Ndo, Daniel Bokono, the late Mark Vivian Foe. This guy can play football sharp, Mark Vivian Foe. Innocent Amga, Marcel Mahove, Solomon Olembe, another one. This guy, they worry. They worry. Joseph Desire Job, another fantastic player. And then you have that their backup goalkeeper, Soleimani Hamidou. This team go beat our current Super Eagles. So prime this team, this form. They go beat us. Finish like 9-0. This team, that you get what they smoke that time. Oh, they smoke exhaust pipe. Oh, the energy not be here. Let's just pretend that thank God it's in a different time. And different time I would take me to this Cameroon team go beat us. Hey, Temi says, I am not sure there have been any English legend in the back room of the great coaches we know, past or present. There's this natural arrogance that British citizens possesses. They will learn. That's true. Backroom staff. No. Maybe then Jack Wilshere will change it. I don't know. But, in Germany, once they lose the national team coach, like they sack the national team coach, there's another one straight. In France, in Italy. But when it comes to England, these people who claim to own football, they are the inventor of football. I don't see that happening. It's strange. Okay, I did have a message. John Duran should run from Man U. Even Bruno, the captain, no believe in the same club. He should look at the history of a list of star players that their careers were murdered. I don't know. Like I said, Ademola Lookman cannot bench Tijani off in it. No, let's not go that side. That side is a roadblock. Nobody will come there. That's Finidi Judge and Tijani side. They don't know. They don't German concrete. They don't block that place. Nobody. It's condoned. It's a no-go area. Wait till be that one. And the man, I know they say no sabi play ball. Oh. Don't get me wrong. Oh. The man look at the play ball. Sabi play ball. But this not men. Oh. Men mount that your. Tosi Lema, they say good morning, fams. One season wonder. I remember Federico Makeda. This will not be even one season wonder. Now 5.5 game wonder. Tosi Lema, they say for Super Eagles, Bartolome Ogbeche didn't really kick after the bicycle kick at the friendly game. I see what you do there against Ireland. I see what you do there. Didn't kick after the bicycle kick. I see what you do there. Yeah, Kalajaye Ibrahim Adewale says. Good morning, senior man. Good morning. He said, I greet the family and community. Happy New Week to us all. Another week to try again. Temitope say, once upon a time, there was a super sub in Liverpool too. His name, Divock Origi. We know the rest. Maybe Duran will be different, but United are not going to help any player at this time. I agree with you. And Lucky DK Ocha says Victor Osimhen will bench Julius Agawa and Victor Agali. Agali was not in the squad, the Ghana-Nigeria 2000 squad, but I would disagree with Victor Osimhen benching Agawa. Nah. That one I know sure say I go agree with you on. Julius Agawa, nah. We would remove Rafael Chukundukwe for Victor Osimhen for sure, or Benedict Akwegbu, Chukundukwe, but Agawa, nah. They can play together. That one I not gonna agree. That one, nah. Agali was not in that squad anyway. And the only thing I can say, I love Osimhen, but Agawa was really good in front of goal. I mean, Agawa need one chance to score the goal. He need one chance. Now one in one. Oh. Maybe you don't need 10. Oh. If Agawa play that match against Ghana for that World Cup qualifiers, we don't go Qatar. If Agawa play that match, forget about it. The only argument you can have for Osimhen that I would put up any day is that the midfield where they behind Obafemi Martins, Agawa, and them Yekini. He not there behind Osimhen. That's where Osimhen is a beast. But even at that, they go play for the same squad. I'm not go bench. I'm not go drop Agawa for him. I go drop the other people. I go drop. Adewale Dishala Fuma says Calcutta of Chelsea even had named him as the most gifted player he played with. Who be headed? I don't know. With his career, he came to Chelsea too early from the French league. Lucky Dikeocha says Victor Osimhen would bench Yakubu, aka the Yak. Yakubu was not in that squad. You're jumping it wrongly, but I will not agree with you. Yakubu Ayegbeni, the Yak attack. I'm not sure. Say Osimhen go score 19 goals of Premier League for a poor club like Portsmouth. Make could they look the team well? Make could they look at well because sometimes we confuse some things. Yakuba Yegbeni, no. That Osimhen bench Yakuba Yegbeni is a very long. It's a long thing. If we want to put them career side by side. And also Osimhen they score goals, but if you look the position where Yakubu play against, Yakubu numbers not be your, not be let's share the grace and go numbers in get to. This guy scored some good goals from Maccabi Haifa to Seba to Portsmouth to Middlesbrough. The guy was consistent to doing the double figure every season. Sports season was in Everton, but even at Everton, he scored 21 goals in one season. But Yakubu not bad though. I'm looking at the record now. Yakubu not really bad like that too. His entire career goes is 205. He goes strong. Yeah, Yakubu Ayegbeni with Osimhen go play together. I know the bench Yakubu for Osimhen. Osimhen play score goal against Satoma Principal. They play score goal against some weak team. Yakubu they bulldoze strong people, giant. Yakubu not they struggle with big team. Osimhen struggle with big team. That one, well, not forget that part of the conversation. But hey, You just want to put that one in the conversation. Tell me, say Don Carlo can help England, but their longer throat no go let them see him. Now Spanish guys, way go they take them coach catch cruise, them go they pursue. I think the thing is Carlo Ancelotti ready to coach this England team? Would they let him coach them and bring them to the level of Carlo Ancelotti? Because again, there's a standard that Carlo Ancelotti has set in his own coaching. You have to be able to reach there. If you're not able to reach there, it's also a problem. I don't think it's open for that anyway. The way I can say Osimhen bench Akubuke. How man? I don't know if that brother talk. Hey, Baba Wale Alayami Pedro say boss. No be band A you dey. Good morning, sir. Enjoying the show all the way from Ibadan. I don't know the jazz band where we did, but I they do more of generator than anything. So like I say, na bandwagon I would dey. Not the band. I know say we definitely know the band because even when the light come at low current, they go up and down, they oscillate. So now bandwagon, we did for bandwagon, not the band A. I can tell you that for free. Lord Mayor says, boss, do you think Nigeria versus Libya will still go on? Tomorrow we go on. Now why not go on? Lucky Dike Ocha says one season player that I know is Asel Del Hono. That's true. Asel Del Hono. The guy came in like he was going to be wonder kid, wonder footballer, but nothing happened. Kaleja Ibrahim said one season wonders. Amiyazaki Wigan. Yes, Dimitri Payet. No, Dimitri Payet is not a one season wonder. No. Dimitri Payet cannot fall under one season wonder because he actually had a good time at Chelsea. Okay, Clint Dempsey. Dimitri Payet contribute to the reason why Chelsea is still up in the top today. So for that, no, it's not a one season wonder. Clint Dempsey, Fulham. Is Clint Dempsey a one season wonder? I think he had like 2.5 good seasons. No, it's not. Sadio Barahim there is one season wonder. Graffiti that put everybody under anointing. But he won a league title with Wolfsburg, so give him credit. Carlos Alberto, one season wonder. Stephen Island with the big shot to buy head. I think his problem was going to Man City. Shouldn't have gone. So I stay where it was. But one season wonder. Alfonso Alves, Middlesbrough, one season wonder. Fat man. Yeah, one season wonder. Tell me says goalkeeper Ochoa. Ochoa is not a one season wonder now. Ochoa is every tournament goalkeeper. Every World Cup you see him there. Every Copa America from Mexico. No, that's not a one season wonder. Defense, Maguire, Mustafi. Mustafi is not a one season wonder. Mustafi is just one guy who managed to have a World Cup gold medal without doing anything, and then he not play football. But the Achille is still playing. You cannot call him a one season wonder. Bolaruz, Khalid Bolaruz, yeah, one season wonder. Sunday Umba, that's not even a one season wonder. It's a one tournament wonder. Lucas Torreira, Kondogbia, man, this guy was heralded as the next best thing. Kondogbia. Rustin Drenthe, his biggest problem was going to Real Madrid, and then you have Barreino and Michu. Temi says those names were listed for Chronicles of Legend. Are you? Okay. Those names you listed for Chronicles of Legend are great. Please try someone in North Africa to maybe one of the Haji brothers, or probably Abutrika Slake. I've been trying to get Abutrika, but Abutrika have a problem. They said he was a terrorist, so he was excommunicated from Egypt. And he's a cab driver somewhere, I think in the US or Abu Dhabi or somewhere. Was a cab driver, and he runs the bookshelf. I don't think that after having that kind of toga, he would want to do any interview or talk about, because those are memories that will hurt him. And the reason why I wanted to interview him before was, when CAF betrayed itself, when people say Europeans don't respect the African Cup of Nations, you don't understand history. It was CAF that devalued the tournament. Mohamed Abutrika was the best football player in the whole of Africa and could compete with the best in the world, but he was playing for Al Ahly, right? Now, because he was playing for Al Ahly, instead of them not to just sideline him, they went to give African Footballer of the Year award to players playing in Europe that were not even good. This guy won the African Cup of Nations, won the CAF Champions League, won the Egyptian League. He was unplayable. He was a terror at the World Club Championship. Guess what they did? They created best African-based player. After a few years, they stop it. You know why? It was created just for Abu Trika, so that there will not be noise. And we bought into that foolishness. I remember I used to say it in Brilla that, oh God, this is the worst thing that CAF have done. And after, the whole thing simmer that they stop it, they don't give it anymore. And that's the biggest problem, because what they did was to tell the world that no matter how good you are, for as long as you're playing in Africa, you are not good enough to be compared to players playing in Europe. So European, okay, these Africans, they don't even value their own. So why should we value them? That's where the problem started from. Demola Abdul says Santa Cruz, Christopher Samba, Michu, Drinkwater, Wilfred Bonny, Morgan, and Leicester, the Leicester captain, when they won the league, Adam Johnson. All these are one season wonder. Okay, let me say Osaze Peter, Nigerian babyface assassin. It's not a one season wonder. So it's not a one season wonder. No, you're judging only Premier League, West Bromwich Albion. No, it's not a one season wonder. It's had a good career playing in different places, so it's not a one season wonder. The Malabioni Brian said Remo is back to where we belong. We go game by game. Why is it that most of the one season wonders are African? The Malabioni said Patrick Bamford too is another one season wonder. Okay, Olanibi Oluwasegun says, sir, I thought your stream today would be about Super Eagles trend in Libya. No, it is not. Unfortunately, it is not, because I reached out to the media of the team and tried to listen. I don't do yes. I like facts. I can't jump on stories that I cannot ascertain, because all of the stories that are running, I've said this before, and I keep saying it. All of the stories that are running are stories that somebody talks, say. Nobody's willing to come out and have a talk about it. And if they're not willing to talk about it, I'm not going to use my stream, because this stream is going to be there forever. The worst thing to do as a broadcaster is to come and apologize after jumping on a story. The way somebody jump on Finidi story that caused Osimhen to go on a rant and see where we are today. I'm 20 years plus in this job now. I'm not going to make that mistake. It's not what I would do. When they are willing to talk, and I've reached out to the media office, I reached out to the administrators. Obviously, the players shouldn't be talking. They shouldn't even be distracted, right? But I mean, somebody should be able to talk, but they say no, they don't want to talk. They should focus on their game. We do win. Good luck for them. If they don't, now they're sorry. Let me say William Ekong, Victor Sime, but Ademar Lukman will make bench. Maybe we'll make the bench. But Uda will displace for him. You have to displace somebody for him to be on that bench. Okay. Demola Ibrahim Abiadu says this thing that the Libyans are doing, leaving our players and staff for over 12 hours at the airport, do you think is the NFF fault not making proper arrangements? So listen, this is what I would like to say here on that question. I'm just going to answer the question from my stable here. I'm not there. And if you've traveled across different countries, you will know that the airport sometimes is a logistic nightmare. And there are supposed to be some special arrangement. The only reason why any country would treat us like this is first off Libya's retaliation. Libya set this whole plot up from the beginning. Our communication with them, they choose very late to tell us that they're landing in Port Harcourt instead of Uyo. Then when it was time, they now came to Uyo, they played their game, did all the drama. At that moment, if we have a proactive NFF, we would have spoken to the Minister of Sports. The Minister of Sports will speak to the President, or anybody in the presidency will speak to the Nigerian ambassador to Libya if we have an ambassador. If we don't have a consulate in Libya, then there's a problem. But if we have a consulate in Libya, we'll speak to them, and then they will make a very special arrangement. Once they said that the flight was diverted from Benghazi to wherever they diverted them to, I already said to myself, it is game on. But I mean, this is not the first time it's happening. Why are we pretending like this is the first time? We were going to play Sudan. The match was supposed to be in Khartoum. Last minute, they moved the game to Omdurman, Amadou Shaibu. That's where Yakuba Ibeni made his name for Nigeria. We beat them 4-0, if I'm not mistaken. This is not the first time. Even some players withdrew from that match. They were not willing to go play the game. But what happened? We beat Sudan. It's not the first time. Not Africans always do this. So it's not a strange occurrence, but it's just something that if I'm putting myself in danger now. A sensible person running the Nigerian FA would practically be proactive and think ahead that this is possible. These are the possible options that are going to happen. If we can even put them in the dark, arrive, they don't know, we clear customs, and then we're there at match venue. But hey, unfortunately, they think that this is an opportunity for them to do something that will make them win. I'm not going to blame the NFF. I mean, I don't expect, you blame people when you have high expectation on them. I don't have any expectation on Ibrahim Gusu, to be very, very honest. I've not seen anything, but they just gave him a vote of confidence. So he should exhibit the reason why he's given the vote of confidence. Everything rises and falls on leadership. So if, for instance, anything happens with that game, it is the NFF I will blame, and then the sports minister, because pretending like you do not know that the North Africans will behave like this is where I have a problem. Because when you take over an office, you read the history, what has been happening. When we go to play East Africa, what happened? When we play West Africa, what happened? When we play in North Africa, what happened? During the World Cup qualifiers, let me give you a very good example. During the World Cup qualifiers, because I was doing the production, I was in the team, I'll tell you this for free. We want to play against Ghana away first leg. Ghana were afraid of us. But what did they do? They made sure they frustrate us to the point where we couldn't play football. We got to the airport. They took us to another stadium, another place. They took us to an airport that does not have proper landing gear. They gave us scarf food. Yes, for our players to come down from the plane. That's one. That's the beginning of hostility. And then put us in a noisy place and all that. This is an arrangement that I told Amaju that Asamaji, you should have been ahead of this now. You're thinking that because Kuriku is your friend, then he would allow you qualify for the World Cup ahead of his country. No, come on, stop that. So it's your blame. But yes, I know what we win them in Abuja. We came to Abuja, we couldn't win. Then the team normally is a 15 minutes drive. It took them about 2 hours plus to get into the stadium. You can see all of those things. This is African football. These things happen. I mean, as far back as the days of Abiola, did you know what the video where Abiola said he was driving the bus himself in Angola? It's not new. It's not new. Pretending like it's new is strange is because you guys are not good students of history. And let me not even bring it home. It's the same. It's everywhere. It happens. So we got to find a way to survive it and get away. But right now, I'm not really going to blame anybody. I mean, they took a charter flight. What else again were they supposed to do? The NFF did their bit. I just think that the ministry should have taken it one step further. Assuming that Libyans were going to be nice to us was, for me, their greatest undoing. But hey, this things happen. As Patrick said, African football has evolved in the last 24 years. I think Kevin Bassey, Bruno Yemechi, Lukman Osimhen have great shouts. Okay, reasons I don't like comparing the past and present is the change factor. Change factor does not mean that any player will walk into any team now. Sure, it's like telling me that this squad that won the World Cup for Argentina now, every player there will walk into the 1986 squad. No, you still know say some players no go fit still make the team. It's a change does not remove all of that. Is it, Patrick? I beg you. Now, so Ibaga says Furo now the worst player for that squad. We can stop talking about him back then in secondary school. Okay, I guess you wanted to see we can't stop. Jubilee say you don't think Osimhen would easily displace Akpobere. Not easily. He would displace him, but easily. Let me tell you what easily means. Easily is Osimhen coming for Chukwundukwe. There's not one person that will raise an eyebrow. If you use Osimhen to displace prime Akpobere, some people will ask questions like, no, that's not easily. Easily is, Osimhen comes in, this guy come off for not even go to the bench, come off for the team. That's not easily. No, there is nowhere in the world where Osimhen displays Akpobere, prime Akpobere easily. No, it not happen. Jubilee, he go displace him. Yes, but the word you use is what I am countering. Easily be say. So let me give you a good example. When I was leaving Brilla, they say anybody can come and do the thing that I'm doing, and I remember telling my colleague, I said this show go die. Nobody go fit do the show. They said I'm bragging. Soldier come, soldier barracks on me. What happened to the show? So that's not easily. You can't easily replace anybody. That's a coach will be replaced easily. Who don't replace her? So the Lisa will be replaced easily. You don't easily replace some people. Some players can easily be replaced, but you cannot just kick what's it called? Akpobere may not have had a national team performance as great, but I'm talking about the prime, the form. No way now. No way. There's no way you want to convince me on that one. That talk. Maybe now another time. Another word, another time, another life. But no, I not agree with you. Adil Avma says Osimhen would not easily bench. Jonathan is a hot cake. Even taking his club to Europe and shining there. Jonathan was just not lucky in the Super Eagles. Jola Olu says, please, what is the challenge with the Super Eagles? I am reading, they are saying they will not play because of their experience in Libya. I don't think that they should say they will not play. This is me. They should go and play the match if they can get there. It's not happening for the very first time. Okay? So let's box some things. When South Africa came to play us, South Africa could also have said they will not play. People forget that part. South Africa came. We were on strike. Flights were not moving. They couldn't fly because nobody was manning the controls. They couldn't fly from where they landed, is in Lagos or Abuja, to Uyo. They went to Port Harcourt. From Port Harcourt, they drove by road to Uyo. Then the plane came to pick them up there. That they could blow the news up and say Nigerian frustrated them. Okay? But they played the game and got a draw against Nigeria. Saying we will not play is taking it one step too far, because the FA do not have control over their aviation. Just the same way our FA explained to South Africa that we don't have control over the aviation. Oh, this is what happened. Oh, yes, it's an international match, but they strike in Nigeria. That's why this happened, that happened. Everybody relax. Our own players too. Remember, our own players came in very late for that game. Kamimbasi, Alex Iwobi, quite a few players came in very late for the game against South Africa. If you remember very well. Are you saying that South Africa should have said they would not play? No, this is African football. This is what we do. This is what we do in Africa. It is not good, but it happens. Now saying you will not play can lead to sanction. That one is one step too far. I don't think we should say we will not play. Tomorrow match, they should play more. Amazing Semingo Bros. What about Lukman displacing Agawa? I know Ikpeba Gohad. First off, Lukman is not a center forward. Agawa is a proper center forward. It's not a wide player, even though he dashes like Thierry Henry. I don't think so. There's a player that you will be mentioning that he will displace. It's Benedict Akwegbu or the Rafael Chukundukwe, but not Agawa. Nah, not in that squad. No way. And thank you very much, Amazing, for giving us £10. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Spinner Message says none of the current squad members can sit on the bench of the 2000 squad. Oh, standard has fallen rapidly low. No, I don't agree. Some of the players, about 4. We've seen about 4. Ben Constantine. Man, is that your name? Is that your name? Like your name? Ben Constantine. You choose to be Constantine? Can you get Murphy on this show, please? So let's do some analysis so that we understand. Murphy, as we speak right now, is in the middle of the night. Where he is. He's a father of 2 or 3, if I'm not mistaken. As at this time, I want to see, is around 5:22 a.m. in the morning where Murphy is right now in the US. And to put him here, that would be like 4:22, 4 a.m. when we started this show. I think that will be very, very bad for me, and it will be very selfish of me to want to drag him into a show. Now, talking about Murphy, we've had our conversation, and he just moved into a new house, and he's setting up his studio as well. We would do collaboration. We would put up a few shows together. But Murphy this is the US. Murphy is in the US. He's not in Nigeria. He has to survive. He has to pay his bills. He has to do the things that he needs to do. He also has to take his time for him to be ready to say, okay, I'm ready to do this and I want to do it. It's not ready yet. We've had conversation. When I first started, Murphy was one of my okay, Murphy, let's do this thing together. But he's not ready yet. And I kind of understand. So for those of you who are asking for Murphy, you will get him when the time comes. We would collectively do a show together. When, I can't tell you, but I think we will, for sure. I read today got the professor searching for nobody. They talk about Lukman's goals. With them disallow for both Rwanda and Libya. Which kind poor officiating with this? I think that is our FA if I was the FA president or the secretary general, I would articulate all of the bad officiating that we've experienced in the last couple of matches and rightly submit it to CAF. Not like protesting, but just say, look, this is a pattern, and there's enough evidence to show that there's a pattern. I'm not saying that your referees are biased, but I'm not saying just look at it so that you will use it as a feedback material to your referees. We're not asking for special favor. We're just saying be normal, because I don't see any reason why they disallowed the Lookman goal. And to think about the fact that when we will start using make normalize VAR in African football, because that's a goal that VAR would have called. I agree, human error, because Moke will not lie. On first view, I also thought it was offside. So maybe that's the first view. I'm not holding brief for the referee, but that's the first view opportunity that he's got. So he made a mistake. If there was a VAR, he would have corrected it. Unfortunately, Africa is still lagging behind. Not everything we're supposed to lag behind. Some things we're supposed to grow. Say, okay, we're going to do this one. Why can't we do it? So that's another problem. And I'm going to say, I don't just choose players based on footballing ability alone. I look beyond that. So in my opinion, none of them will make the 2000 squad because their attitude is disgusting. Maybe Ekong and Wambali can be on the bench. Okay, that's your own. Adijala must say, amazing, thank you, amazing. Okay, Lucky Dikeocha said Victor Osimhen will displace Victor Agawa, Victor Akpobore, Victor Ikpeba. I don't understand. This is when Akpobore don't be Victor. And this is when Agawa don't become Victor. It's Julius Agawa and Jonathan Akpobore, Victor Ikpeba. There is nowhere in this world where Victor Osimhen displaces Victor Ikpeba. I am sorry. Amazing say only over salute, thank you very much. Additional say Boniface needs a lot to prove in the national team. He has it all, but he just can't adapt his game in the Nigerian African game. Spinner Cosmetics said the reason why top players don't shine for Super Eagles is the coaching system and technicality of the players. Let coach think deeper and majesty it work. Okay, I don't understand that, Sha, but now what you write. But then there are coaches that have coached this team, and the same thing. This is not the first time. It's been happening since forever. Why? Efan Ikoko came here, didn't perform well. Richard Owobokiri, Michael Biku, Peter EJ. We've had thousands of, not thousands, but we've had countless number of players, like that. Kenneth Zagbo. They were all playing well for their clubs and doing well in top form. And they come to the Nigerian national team, they just can't find their foot. So there must be something wrong. That's what we need to look into. Well, Additional masses, the problem is Osimhen has not given the wow feeling. He has not won or rescued us in games. He needs to really, these boys join him to ensure they are able to. Ekong is a great skipper. Jerry Sampson said, bros, good morning. Wilson Oruma wasn't that squad. That guy was very good. Yeah, he wasn't in the 2000 squad now. Wilson Oruma wasn't in the 2000 squad. Nasai Baga says the 2000 squad that gave us reason to watch Super Eagles then. That team had fear factor that you can really call a team. I align with the three players you mentioned. I think this current squad no reach. Ben Constantine say, I miss your shows then. Umbrella with Murphy and Sean Amadi. Oh, thank you very much. But that's our yesterday. Follow us here, subscribe to the channel, click on and turn on the notification buttons, and enjoy all of the contents I will do. Sean Amadi and Murphy are in the US, and I think our time difference is always a key. I'm ready when they're ready anyway, but we would find a way to make it happen. It's not going to happen overnight, but we'll find it with Murphy. I know that Murphy is trying to set up a studio like me. So once the studio is ready, we will do something. I mean, that's why we're friends. Amazing. Etememeya Warriors for the final that year. Olafat says, good morning, boss. Almost missed the show. Just coming back from Benghazi, settling the Super Eagles Palava. We've told CAF that they should just award us 3 points. There's no way we're getting... we're getting out of Libya with 3 points and arrive Nigeria safely. They should just do what they did for Bakane versus USM Ojas for us last season, considering Confederations Cup. Well, that one is also a possibility. It's something to look at. I hope we have an FA that can put in strong words. I think that this is where maybe the FA would liaise with Amaju Pinnick, who is a member of the CAF team, and say, okay, well, this is what we want, advise us where we are going and what is the possibility. But hey, it's the leadership of the FA. I'm not going to try to preempt anything and then say things that tomorrow I say, oh, I made a mistake saying this, or I made a mistake saying that. You got to be very, very careful when you're talking this type of thing, because it's gone from just a footballing team to a diplomatic role now. And this is where your government should come out and stand firm. But you know the truth now. Sherik Bakwayemi says that squad of 2000 was very intimidating with their body, huge jersey. Oh, Cameroon gave Nigeria a tough time back in the day. Amazing. Even that Senegal team in 2000 was damn good. That our current Eagles doesn't near their quality, in my own opinion. In my humble opinion, I agree with you on that one, Sha. I agree with you. We even play against Juju. Are you joking? Iko just says that Cameroon team would beat us well. Better trashing. See, the team was stacked. Okay, the one I say, I think it's the arrogance of the England team or their effort thinking they are the best in the world. They no one learn from others, and then they go suffer now. They go learn eventually. They go learn. So they continue to lose like this, they go learn. All of us say, boss, what's your take on the Brazil president saying players from Europe shouldn't be involved in the national team going forward? Listen, I knew this was going to happen. I said it exactly 10 years ago. 2014 World Cup. After the World Cup, I came back and, we're having this show where it felt like it was a debrief. And I said, this was my clear word. Europe is recolonizing the world in football. The only country in South America that are not falling into that is Chile, Argentina, and probably Uruguay. But they know they don't need all those countries, apart from Argentina. They need to destabilize Brazil. And before now, Brazilians play in their league to a certain stage before they go to Europe. But these days, you see them go from academy, like the Hendricks of this world, the Martinellis of this world. They go from academy to Europe. They acclimatize to the European style of play. They are warned to not do all the Rabona, the dribbling, the flicking, the nutmegging, and just play direct football. A Brazilian kid cannot play direct football. So, if for Brazil, I told somebody that Brazil will not win the World Cup in our lifetime if they continue like this. It's just simple. Because look at Neymar. Almost everything that made Neymar special all of a sudden became a taboo in Europe. Oh, dribble is disrespecting the opponent. How am I supposed to be playing football and be respecting my opponent? Like, I don't, that feeling that somebody's even having that conversation pisses me off. But hey, this is what we've seen. And maybe he's taking it a step too far, because some of their best players are in Europe right now. But then, if you look at it, some of their best players are in Europe. What are they doing for the national team? Brazil has become a joke. Can win the Copa America, can progress in the World Cup, get beaten 6-7-1 at home. If you look at it, if they want to refix it, invest in their league, watch players from their domestic league play, and then see how far they can go. Brazil won the World Cup multiple times with players that are playing at home. So it's not a project that is not been tried and tested and proven to be worth it, right? So it's something they can do if they hold on to it. And in my opinion, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. All of that, it's not a bad thing. I don't think any Cameroon team will beat this current Super Eagles. Samuel Eto'o just destroy past Ekong and Bassi. Come put the pass that Akbere goalkeeper. Oh, Jesus Christ. Francis Uzo. Down with the panic. Lord Mayor say, boss, Alessong and Fo, who is a better midfielder? They're not playing the same position. Alessong is a defensive midfielder. Mark Vivian Foe is a creative midfielder, plenty of movement. So I've got to respect the two of them separately. What I like about Song was that I saw him evolve from an average defensive midfielder to a very good one, even though he struggled at Barcelona. But I saw him evolve. And one of the moments for me was that Nations Cup where Egypt was beating them 4-0 or so in the first half, and then he came in the second half and stabilized it, and then they played in the finals. Even though they lost to Egypt in the finals, but you could see his input. Like, man, that's quality. For me, that's it. But Mark Vivian Fo that guy was full of working. Him and Solomon Lembe, their combination in midfield was something else. Olafa says the only player that can make that team is Ekong, and will only make the bench. Okay, I think Osimhen will make the squad. P-Man says, feed the yak and he will score. Is the statement a joke? Is the statement a joke to us? No mind that guy say the good bench Yakuba Igben. Are you serious right now? Shadi Bakwayami says, the Chukwu Ndukwe was the reason Cameroon defeated Nigeria in that 2000 final. That guy missed about 3 clear chances in the first half, and even his teammates were angry with him. Well, if you've not played regularly in a team and they bring you in that finals, sometimes you don't know, you can be overawed by the moment. I've seen players beg not to play matches because of crowd in the stadium. I've seen players shaking. Now, when you never play more, even this microphone we did, we've seen people who auditioned them, they were fantastic. Oh, yeah, time don't reach for show. They open microphone, they're not fit. What? Not they come out for them out. I've seen that happen. And it's not like in radio, nobody they see you. It's not, I mean, this is video now, you are seeing me. Radio, nobody they see you. Just talk for microphone. The pressure that comes in. I pray that the boss pipe but I think I easy with some of these guys. So, what's it called? Iko just says that Ademola Lookman would not have made 2000 squad list. No way. We wouldn't. P-Man says that World Cup miss really destroyed Ayegbani's legacy in many people's eyes. Yeah, I agree. P-Man Ayegbani of Champions League say Ifeanyi Oko says, are you watching back of television or what? Which Yakubu, the one that missed face-to-face in South Korea? That's what P-Man is saying. And I'm trying not to give it back to you the way you said, because me, and then they follow idiots, they play for this channel. I'm just telling you, if you have an opinion, provide me stats. That same Yakubu that missed open net scored the penalty in that game. That same Yakubu that missed empty net qualified you for that World Cup if you not good. This your Victor Osimhen the talk so had the chance to qualify for World Cup. You don't go. This your Victor Osimhen, even though we won a silver, is the worst silver medal we've ever won in our history. You want us to talk about Victor Osimhen, really? Because he scored 4 goals against Satome and PCP. Where me, as I did with 1 leg, I go score 5 goals against. What are you really saying? What are you name the teams? We used to play in qualifying groups that have Cameroon, Algeria. Since Victor Osimhen started to play for this national team, name one big country you don't play against. They play against some rubbish Lilliputian countries, and with the struggle, we'll play draw today, we'll lose here tomorrow. You know how many matches we don't drop point for Nigeria? Ask yourself when Yakubu Ayegbani played for this country, we draw only 1 game at home. You really want to have this conversation? Let's not go there. You are entitled to opinion, but don't try and come insult me because you want to get your 2 megabyte opinion. Don't try and. It's not allowed in this space. I want to say if Okocha they behind Osimhen with Amunike, Infinity, or Tijani for the wings, see goals. Depends on the Okocha you're talking about. Because I like fact. Okocha did not create a lot of goals for our strikers. Okocha creates a platform for himself to shine. Okocha did not create a lot of goals. If you are a good historian of the Super Eagles, this is the statistics I like to give to you, and you go think about it, go back and reason it. Okocha and Olise made the national team about the same time. Okocha came into the national team May 1993. Olise came in July 1993 against Ethiopia. Okocha was against Algeria. And they played 10 years together. In that 10 years, it was a time where the defensive midfielder does not cross the center of the field. You could count how many times Olise moved past the center of the field. His job is to defend. And it was a time where they didn't have 2 defensive midfielders. So his job primarily was to defend. In that 10 years, Son Olise had more assists than JJ Okocha. So let's put some balance in that analogy. And later, from 2002 to 2006, Okocha made some wonderful performances. But the first 10 years, anything that I like to talk, that's my coming of age time. That's the time when I was also, signed to play professionally. So I was watching this football from a tactical point of view and technical point of view. I'm not to say Okocha not good, but you can still put Okocha behind Osimhen. Osimhen will score less because when you make that run, where you expect Okocha go give him the ball, now that time Okocha go the turn 360, they entertain the crowd, everybody shout, hey, but the man don't run it outside. By the time he give him the ball, he not did it again. Okocha cost us more goals than he created. What would they do? If we want the honest, not be biased. Okocha cost us more goals than he created. And he did give us some wow moment, exciting moment. I'm not going to argue about that. But I hate it when people say that if Okocha is in that midfield, we will score more. That one I go argue around too. Ayodeji says Osimhen cannot bench Igalo, talk less of Yakubu. Olafa said people are forgetting Michu, who played for Swansea. That guy had the best one season wonder. No, everybody's mentioning him now. P-Man said Timothy Bakayoko, the greatest Ogbori of one season wonder with Monaco. What about Ibrahim Bakayoko that signed for Everton and cried off the field? First time in my life I say a player cried off the field because of racism. Like he cried and left the field. I can't forget that guy. Additional says Abutrika, the guy was too great at both AFCON and CAP Champions League. CAP did him chiggy. No striker home or abroad could stand him at the prime 2002 to 2008. He terrorized African team. Johnny Gava say everybody smash the likes button. I pray they do. Additional says AFCON was even the one that made an X statement that is the best we have seen on the Libya saga. It is sad. That's the reason why getting into the conversation is hard, because I really don't know why everybody is keeping quiet. Any other country would make it a news matter. Like, why are we hiding? No, I don't want to talk about it. Make a forge lies. Because if somebody come right say, "Are you there?" What I want to talk according to what I say for social media at my age. No, now, won't leave it like that. When they come, when they're ready to use the media and talk, we will know. Michael later say, Osai Samuel and Boniface have complained on us, but what I find baffling about our players is why they keep tagging the wrong account that has nothing to even do with football. Can they confirm? Well, I don't know. Olava say, I said it that the moment the coach have said they were not treated well, I said we should all remember we will be going to Libya because they have this history of doing this. G Dada say our team have experienced crazier things against the Maghrebs. Play and win the game. All the best. Nah, person with the follow football, you know. This will not be something. This is not minor compared to what we don't see before. Tosi Ogunbona says Ademola Lookman can go toe-to-toe with Mr. Garba Lawal. Unfortunately, the reason why he cannot is that Mr. Garba Lawal, as you just said it, can play left fullback, can play midfield, can play the wide area. Ademola Lookman, no way. Ademola Lookman now one wing player. That's something you should know. Garba Lawal is the only utility player that I reckon with in world football. Lookman is awaiting African best, the Ballon d'Or nominee. Okay, they don't nominate many people for that one. G Dada say EST Yankee time na the same time I did too, Baba. Molebi Mosho. He go come, but you don't force things, because the worst thing to do is for somebody to come in on the show and not give his best. You know, I should be patient with him, and we've had a conversation, so he's going to be available. Lucky Nikolesha says, but bro, I have to stay up to catch with your show. I'm in the US as well. It's about sacrifice. So now listen to it. You're making sacrifice because, one, you love my show, you want my channel to grow. What is the need for Murphy Jemba? Do you understand? What is the need for Murphy Jemba? Always remember that. You're doing what you're doing because, one, you're supporting this channel. You want this channel to grow. You believe in this channel. What is the need for Murphy Jemba? I can only ask him. Let me give you a good example. Last week, Monday, was it Monday? No, Friday, we had Martin Tyler on the Views from the Stand. Martin Tyler, the great football commentator, right? I've been speaking to him like 2 weeks before then, and you know his schedule was tight. He made a sacrifice. It was in central London for a meeting that day, and he told me he was going to cut the meeting short. While he was in the meeting, he was chatting me. He's going to cut it short and be available. Man is my grandfather's age or my father's age, but he sees it that, look, his relationship with me is very, very important for him to make the sacrifice for me. Martin Tyler not owe me anything. He's a white man. He's not my generation. He own children senior me, right? But he's willing to make that sacrifice. Like you said, sacrifice. If I tell you, say, okay, come on, let's do a show, and you say, okay, I will do it, but you're not willing to make the sacrifice. What am I going to do? I'm not going to kill myself for it now. And I'm going to be here doing my show and making sure that we run it well. That's just the way it is. The more everybody say, I would love to see the combo of you and Murphy. Mark will just be patient for now. I hope so. Jerry Sampson say, you didn't mention Wisinuruma. Wisinuruma was not in that squad. Ben Constantine say, yes, so my name, Constantine Ben, now my papa.